Welcome to Poets from the Neighborhood. I'm Sandy Coomer.
And I'm George Spade. We're going to read to you some poems written by your friends and neighbors. We hope you enjoy them. This first poem by Nancy Fletcher Bloom is Lament of McDonalds, 2009. Coffee. Drive through McDonald's roundabout, jungles of green Nadina bushes, gone. Swaying masses of tall bamboo, steam rising, gone. 7 cars ahead of me lined up to get someplace first. Close my window, shut out sounds of landscape clippers. No water surges through these updated gutters. No water cascades on the cold concrete walk. No hiding place for large cat eyes to peer, to pounce. Sounds of distant gongs, the tinkle of wind chimes, gone. Welcome to McDonald's. Place your order, please.
Who Seeks by S.R. Lee. Who seeks the new by moonlight, willingly accepts uncertainties, seeks a universe more vivid than daylight's rational scene.
Equinox by VeeraJaR. Is it when I was born into this world, or when I eventually worn out of this world, that I am at the equinox, that timeline merge timeless beings to time-lessened mortals?
I wrote the next poem, and it's called The Black Ant. We see it almost at the same time, a tiny black carpenter ant on our dead uncle's white suit. Your eyes widen with a strange mix of horror and amusement, as if you can't decide whether to laugh or cry. It's always hard at times like these when emotion hovers between extremes. That's why the family put out all those pictures on either side of the casket, ludicrous poses, funny faces, sideways hats, and tongues sticking out. They want us to laugh, but to have enough sense to cry at the right time. It's no wonder, with these confusing points of etiquette, that we stare at the ant as it makes its way up the lapel and around the collar, both of us willing the other to do something before it disappears around our uncle's neck. Perhaps because you're the oldest and are used to such responsibility, you lean into the slick black marble casket, holding your breath, wrinkling your nose, mumbling a rigid curse at the funeral director's lack of decorum, pinch the ant between forefinger and thumb, crumble it, crumb-like, to the floor. We tell each other it came from one of the plants, but we know the ant was doing what ants do, dragging death away straight through the living, even as death poses huge and incalculable. We try not to feel so small.
Tennessee Woman, Louise Colln. She wears her skirt at her chosen length, her neckline the same, in colors that don't answer to style. She still brews tea 3 minutes in her mother's pot, or makes a martini if it is noon or 5 or 10 in the morning. She keeps her house open to friends at her convenience. She wears a large brimmed hat to church, not for the smiles of other women. She lives by the rules she chooses, for she knows how she lives, and she knows who she is.
I wrote this next poem, and it's titled The Hand Spade. My mother and I walk in the garden. She can't kneel anymore, her knees are shot. I show her new leaves, rigid veins of the birch, stars of the sweet gum, hairs reaching from pores like a miniature forest, an ant busying itself along the stem. There's a line of trees in the backyard where 50 years ago a fence shielded seedlings, allowed growth. Without that sheltered space, no tree would have survived the tractor's maul. Now the trees remain, but the fence is long gone. Earth doesn't concern itself with fairness. We talk of old scars, still not reconciled, as if talking can make them fade, blur the edges. We've tried for all these years without success, but we are persistent people. We can't accept some things will always be a mystery. We find an old hand spade, rusted by winter, its handle bare, the varnish peeled back like a seed coat. Below it grow fragile wildflowers, bloodroot, bleeding heart. Fern flares at the base of a tree. You can still use it, my mother says, but I leave the hand spade where it is, along with the work yet undone. Thank you for watching Poets from the Neighborhood. We hope you'll join us again soon.